Okay, so I know people are going to watch this recording also. So I'll be talking kind of to the masses, but tonight is September 30th and we will be kicking off our Team Cup tomorrow, October 1st. So some of us on here are on the same team, some are on another Team Cup. If you're on no team and you want one still, message me because I'm sure there are people looking for a final teammate. And then if you have no interest in Team Cup whatsoever, still the stuff that we talk about can be implemented in your business this month. So with that, I'm actually going to share my screen and I have just like we'll try to keep this short and sweet tonight. We were going to share goals, but not everyone's here. So I think we'll just do that in our messages. And I'm also not presenting this because I want to be able to see the chat. Oh, except I still can't. What happened? Okay, well, it doesn't matter. Usually it asks me. Okay, it's okay though. Okay, so these are just a few tips that we can kind of lean on for Team Cup. And like I said, if you're not on a team and you're not doing it, you can still relight your fire for coaching, or maybe you're brand new. So just lean in on this stuff and you can still do it. So we want to kind of understand the point system really quick. Just know that, so this doesn't have to do with actually how you earn Success Club points. This is all about Team Cup points. And then at the end, we might talk about a couple other things. So if you have any questions, let me know at the end. I can't see the chat, I guess. So yeah, I don't really know what happened if I messed that up. But anyways, so you're going to get 1 point for every Success Club point that you get. So every week you will get an email and it's going to have everybody's name in your cup team and it's going to show how many points you guys earn. So some teams are like really pushing to win, like in the whole Beachbody network. I am usually just pushing like to get the prize and to help people learn how to be a better coach. So it just kind of depends on what your goal is and what your team's goals are. I know for us, a lot of it you will be watching, and our goals are maybe all just to like rank advance or hit Success Club, and those are really good still. I'm not super interested in winning out of thousands of teams. So anyways, they're going to be 1 point per every Success Club point. And then if you rank advance, you get 3 points. So that's a way, like if you want to help your team and carry them. Oh, it still didn't change it. Okay. Yes, so this focus for the month is about leveling up. Or if you're brand new, it's about just going all in, not worrying about the things that you don't know, just figuring it out, talking to people, and getting really excited, which I think might even be on one of the slides here. So tier 1 prizes are if you earn Success Club points or Success Club 5, even if nobody else earns it, the prize that you're going to get is this virtual workshop with Carissa Cuccies. I actually don't know her. But anything, look, this is put on by Tony Robbins. Anything by him is amazing. They're going to be amazing speakers. You'll probably have more takeaways than you know what to do with. So I don't know if they've ever done a prize like this. Normally it's like something tangible. But I actually think this is way more valuable because that's going to benefit your business, benefit your personal growth way more than a tank top or something. Then tier 2 prize here is if every member on your team hits Success Club 5. Remember, Success Club 5 is just signing up 3 challenge packs is really all it takes, and you'll have 6 points. And then if every member does that, we all get 100 bonus points, which means they put $100 in our paycheck for that, whenever they put that in. So that's pretty amazing. I don't know, the past, like, I think the one in February or whatever was like a sweatshirt. I'd take $100 over the sweatshirt personally. That's kind of, I mean, I could get a massage with that. Like, so all of this month is really going to be a lot of us like pushing past those fears, learning to shift our mindset, learning how to like pour energy into this and make time for this, even when we feel like we don't have that in us. So I'm just going to read this. It's a new month, whether you're a new coach or a seasoned coach. This is a focused season. That's the whole point of Team Cup. This is a focused season of hustle that you chose. You sign up for it. So your mindset is everything. You choose overwhelm, you choose fear, and you choose doubt. And I can personally attest to that because I have months like that. And it's like, it's all me. It's all what I'm telling myself. So allow yourself to dream big and take massive action. Um, if your goal is emerald or diamond, or you don't even know what Success Club is, or you've never hit that, um, don't worry about that, or don't like freak out that, well, I've never hit that before, so why am I going to this month? Dream big, and then just take that massive action. Let your energy just like pull you. Let our energy on your, if you're having a low day, lean into the team. And whether you're on this team cup or you're just on our team, we're always here, not just for team cup. We're always here together to lean on each other on those hard days, because chances are someone else went through that. It'll help somebody else, or it'll just pick you back up to be able to keep going, because you're going to have hard days even in 1 month. Like it could be tomorrow. It could be on the first day, and you'll be like that'll probably be me since I said it, but it happens. Um, and you will set the tone for what kind of coach you're going to be or what kind of business you're going to run by what you do with that, like with those bad days. And if you choose to show up, you guys, I have gone through, like a lot of you don't know me, I guess. So I'm not going to go into detail, but I have had so many ups and downs because it's life and I'm a human and I have a family and I have health problems and just so many things that like I could have quit and quit and quit so many times. And I'm so proud of myself that I haven't yet, and I'm not going to. Um, and I look back, and some days, I think I shared this on the Dare to Dream call a couple weeks ago, but sometimes I'm sending invites and I'm literally crying because I don't want to work and I'm having a hard day. And I'm not saying maybe that we even need to do that, but it's like, I know that I still have to get my work in because it's my job. And it's my job to be a coach and to find more people that I can help. So that's a little tangent from me. But choose to prove to yourself that you can accomplish whatever you want to. So don't be limited this month, that whatever your goal is, don't feel limited that, well, you can't hit that. So yeah, just don't. Set big goals. Dream. If you dream small, you play small, and you're better than that. So dream bigger. And this was something that I didn't dream big at first. And I didn't feel like, I would just say like, well, I'll see what happens. But nothing will happen if you wait to see what happens. You have to put in the work and you have to want it and you have to believe in yourself that you can get it. And that's what it's going to take. So set that, like set those goals, write them down, say it to yourself every day that this is what you want. This is what you're trying to do. And the more specific that you are, the more likely you're going to get there. It might not be in October, but you're still going to be setting yourself up to hit it. Excuse me. We just had dinner and I keep burping. You're still going to be setting yourself up to do better the next month and the next month and into 2022. So, these are kind of the goal categories that can help you, especially if you're new, is how many Success Club points do you want to make? And if you don't even know what that is, I would say set the goal to hit Success Club 10, which would be 5 challenge packs. That was always like, I always thought that was such a hard goal, but if you're working your business consistently and you're talking to enough people, it actually should not be like a super big struggle. Like some months it still is, but usually a lot of times October, people are kind of getting back into fitness, like before the holidays, the kids are settled into school. So October should be a good month, but yeah, so set your Success Club goal, set your rank advancement goal. If you haven't hit Emerald yet, then you at least need to hit Emerald. But you could go from coach to diamond in a month. It is possible. I'm pretty sure Jessica's new coach, I don't know what her name is, Trisha, did she do it in a month? And then she held it 6 weeks. Okay, she did it in a month and she's brand new. So it's possible. I didn't do it that fast, but I wasn't focused. You can set up your own bod group, or if you're like, if some of you are new and I know some of you guys are already in mine. We've already talked about what we're going to be running this month. So you can set up your own if you want to put these new people in, or you can put them into mine. And Donna, I'm sure you have something set up already. She's seasoned, she knows. And then set goals like that are related to the daily habits that you're going to do. So how many power hours do you want to get in a week? How many times are you going to post about coaching? How often are you going to do your personal development? Even just how full do you want your business activity tracker to be? And my personal advice, if you're wanting to get in Success Club, it needs to be filled out at least 5 days a week. I usually end up doing 6 just because I wake up Saturday. It's just easier to catch up and do a little bit more on Saturday. But again, if you're new, like you might not have that many people to invite yet. It just depends on kind of your warm market and everything. So, recommend reading a book as a team. We didn't do that. We could probably all share what book we're reading. And if anyone needs advice or tips, I'm right in the middle of one and I'm not stopping it because it is like so good. But if you want to drop in the comments, I can read it once we're done. Drop in the comments and let me know what book you are reading right now. If you don't have one started and you need advice, then maybe the list of others could help you. I'm personally reading Fear is Not the Boss of You. It is so good. Like I'm kind of towards the end, and I don't even read a whole chapter a day, and every couple pages I'm like, oh my goodness, like it speaks to me so much. So set those goals and write them down so that you see them. Have them somewhere that you can see every day that's going to drive you, to remind you this is why you're working, this is why you're doing this. Because again, there's going to be those hard days that you'll be like, well, I can just miss it today. But the thing with this business and with coaching is that it's not something you can just lump into one day and do once a week or twice a week. It's just a little bit every single day. And that's how you're going to be successful and build consistency and grow. So take those goals and break it down so you'll have, those are kind of like going to be your big monthly goals. So break it down to what that's going to look like per week. And sometimes this idea makes me mad because for the most part, it doesn't always look as pretty as it does on paper. So I'll read this, but I read through this the other day because corporate had this made and I was like, yeah, it's not really always that pretty. So they're saying if you want to hit, this is an example, if you want to hit Success Club 10, that means you need to recruit 10 people, or sorry, Success Club 20. That would be 10 people, 10 challenge packs or new coaches or something. So breaking it down per week, that would be about 3 people per week to reach that goal. That sounds really great. But on paper, I can even tell you this month, I always have that on paper. Like, yes, it would be wonderful to sign up 3 people per week and my paycheck would be flowing perfectly. But it's just not always how people are ready. So don't beat yourself up. You can definitely set that goal and work really hard to get 3 people every week. But also don't beat yourself up if it doesn't happen. If you're putting in that work, it will snowball. And like what happened to me this past week, it's the last week of the month, and I had like 5 people sign up in the 1 week. I waited all month long. It was so slow. And I just kept working and I got discouraged, but I kept working. And that's just an example of how, yes, break it down per week, but also don't be mad at yourself if it's not pretty, because it will happen. So another example, if you want to advance to Emerald this month, so you need at least 2 coaches or preferred customers. So set that goal date for October 7th. The sooner that you can get there, like you're going to push extra hard. And really, Emerald shouldn't be too tricky. You just kind of have to think outside the box about who could do this, who else wants to coach, who else would want the discount on the shake. So my 2 people, when I signed up, I think I hit Emerald in 3 weeks because it just took me that long to talk to people. And I got my sister-in-law to sign up and she actually wanted to coach. And then I signed up my husband. I just bought another challenge pack for him and I kept his account active. So I know some of you are new and might not know that yet. And that is like the smartest way to do it if you want to build income, because it will build the income. Like I'm in that now and it's really exciting. And my husband's like, oh, wow, I'm doing a good job. I'm like, yeah, you are. Okay, the final one, if you want to advance to diamond, look at your current downline. So you need to know how many coaches do you need to add to get there. And they said, like, if you need 4 coaches to get there, set a goal of signing 2 coaches a week for the first 2 weeks. So again, it's more about like pushing. Don't give yourself to October 31st to hit it. Try to hit it in that first 2 weeks, right? And that way, like, you're pushing harder. And even if you don't, then you still have kind of this like leeway time at the end to get there. All right. So now what? How am I doing? Oh, I'm doing good on time. Okay. So our monthly group plan is, we haven't really done this, which is kind of why I wanted to do the call. Honestly, in the past, like Dawn has probably done more team cups than I have. So, and I only led, I think, the last one. But all the ones that I was ever a part of, we did not do Zooms. It was really like kind of laid back and informal, which I don't know. I guess it just depends on the group and who really wants to push hard or whatever. But what I was thinking, and we can like talk about this more in our message thread too, is just we for sure want to be checking that message chat every day. So I think we decided not to do a Facebook group just because we want it all in one place. But that does mean that that message chat is going to blow up a lot more if someone has a question or if there's just like a one-on-one conversation going on. And that's okay. And I know we're all busy, so don't feel like you have to run to your phone every time there's a new message. However, be sure to check in there at least maybe like morning and night, I would say. Once a day would probably be overwhelming to get through it all. And I would also say maybe once a week, we set what our weekly goal is for that week. Maybe not daily because, again, it's kind of like overkill. So maybe Sunday nights we'll say, okay, here's what our goals are for this week. This is what I want to hit. And then each night we can check in, see how it's going. And I think also we could decide, do we want to share our tracker every single night and just snap a picture of it to see how we're doing? Or do we want to share it on Fridays? So maybe that's something that, again, you guys could add in the chat and I'll check it out in a second if you have a preference. But I think sharing our tracker would be really important. That's going to show us like if we need help or where we're slacking. And it also just shows you, because then you have accountability to have to show it and realize like, well, I'm kind of slacking. I haven't sent new follow requests and new conversations or whatever. And if you use the digital copy, just screenshot it. If you use the paper, of course, you can also just take a picture. So I would say that would be a very simple plan that we can follow. And then I'm not requiring you to print this out, but I think we could just get a piece of paper and write it down. And again, if we're just sharing it on the message thread, that works too. But there is a participant guide that you maybe got already. Did you guys get it yet in the email? Okay, maybe tomorrow. That's weird. I got the leader guide just today. But it's kind of cheesy, so I'm not going to follow it. It's just so much like, we will stay motivated and we will stay encouraged, but I'm not going to copy and paste what they said to say. So you can either print this or you can write this out. But again, this is what our whole team cup goals are. This is how you're going to achieve your own goals and how are you going to stay accountable to your goals. So the accountability is going to come from checking into that message thread, dropping pictures of your tracker, making sure you fill out your tracker because that's going to help you achieve your goals and stay accountable. But anyway, it's just a good checklist to know, like, are you ready? If you are new, I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. So we have 3 brand new coaches on this call tonight and also in Team Cup. So I think it's really exciting because they're going to come in and like learn how to work, learn how to push. But I also know how overwhelming it can feel because you're also learning, like you're starting your own fitness programs and you're learning how to like navigate the coach office and all of that. So we're here to help you and answer all those questions. But don't let that feeling of overwhelm make you be distant and quiet. Just lean in, ask questions. Don't worry about sounding dumb. because we were all new. I mean, I asked questions forever, probably for like 2 years. I just kept asking because I wanted to learn it. So if you ask the question, then write the answer down somewhere so that you remember it, and then you don't have to worry about forgetting it and having to ask again. So I think that is all. I have maybe a couple notes on here. Let me just check. I started to take notes and then I saw this whatever presentation. I was like, oh, that's pretty much all I was going to talk about anyway. So please make sure that you have the business activity tracker. I can't stress that enough. That was something that I ignored and didn't use probably for like 2 years. Honestly, I did not consistently use it. And now that I do, and now that I track numbers, like how many people I invite, how many people I talk to, all of that, the more that you track, the more that you see what you need to be doing or how, how much. And a lot of times inviting and getting people to sign up is partly a numbers game. So if you're not getting the number of enrollments that you want, then you just got to start sending more invites. And that's something that I've learned, but you don't know how many you're sending if you're not tracking it. So that is something, you know what, I'm going to stop the share here. I think this was a Q&A. Yeah. So let me make this big again. Okay. So I'm just going to wrap that up with, I was talking about tracking. So I'll just share what I do, and you can figure out whatever you want to do. This is your business, but sometimes it just helps to have someone else's idea to get started. And then I know I've changed how I do things, like over the times and over seasons and stuff. But I actually now I use a notebook piece of paper still, just like a regular notebook, and I use that to write down all of the names that I invite for the day. This isn't necessary, but it is good to keep track of those names that you send, even if they don't reply back. But I also get a lot of satisfaction from numbering the paper and writing them out. So it does take a little bit longer. I'm pretty sure Donna just put in the chat. Yeah, so she uses Teamzy and the business activity tracker. Teamzy, it's paid. You have to pay for it, right? A little bit. I think it's like set up for, oh, I can't unmute you. How do I do that?
Okay, so
oh, you got it.
You can have, I've forgotten how much it is for free, but then I pay for it. I've
Okay,
paid
so there's different
20 something dollars for it a month
Okay.
since the beginning, but
And that
I know
organizes it all.
exactly. Yeah, it's well worth it for me.
Yeah, so that's just a personal preference. And then so like I said, I just use paper and I write that down. I also make tally marks of how many new conversations I send. This is so I'm sending follow requests. If you're on Facebook or Instagram, friend request, follow request. Anyone that follows me back, I say, hey, thanks for the follow. Great to meet you. Where are you from? Just start a new conversation. I don't need to talk about Beachbody. I don't need to invite them. I just want to be a human and start a conversation to see if we have anything in common, to see if like they're going to start watching my story and see what I'm up to, that kind of thing. So I do make tally marks for that. That's something I track, and then I track my invites. Everything else I put into a website called Asana, and I'll actually spell that down here. It's in the chat. Asana is free. So I'm all about like anything free I can do to like save my paychecks for myself is what I've always done. I just finally started paying for like an email service and that's it. And Amazon Prime. I didn't even do Amazon before. I don't pay for Canva. I don't pay for Zoom. We are done in 40 minutes. So anyway, that's just me. But I love Asana because if someone says yes, they want more information, all I use Asana for is you click task, and in the name of the task, I just put the person's name, first and last name if they're on Facebook. If they're on Instagram, you can put their handle. And then if they said yes, I put them in there, and then I put the task due date to be like 2 or 3 days for me to follow up with them. And then of course I'm talking to them and sending them information. So that's how I use that for follow-ups. And same with new conversations now. This is something that I just started doing this year, and it's actually worked a lot. I've had a lot of people sign up this way quicker because I'm just talking to them quicker and I'm keeping track of who I was talking to. So after I send that new conversation, let's see, if they reply back to me like, oh, I'm from wherever, then I put their name in Asana again, and then I write invite next to it, and then I set the due date for 2 weeks. Most of them don't say yes right away, but it does plant the seed, and then they're like, oh, they know what I'm doing now. And if they go watch my story, they'll understand a little better that so we don't need to do a whole call about that, but that's just how I track. And so you can, like, I did so many other ways, and mostly I always stuck with pen and paper. So you can figure out what works for you. When you're new, it feels like you don't need to track sometimes because you're like, well, they're all my friends and I'll remember who wants what. But you would be surprised how fast you can forget. So keep track of it somehow, even if it's not fancy right now, even if you just write it all down, or, you know, use the notes on the notes app on your phone, and just keep track of the names, keep track of what, you know, what you talked about if you can't remember, that kind of stuff. It's really important to do that. I have lost so many people because I didn't write their names down. It's so sad, especially in the beginning. Was that everything? Yeah, okay. Last thing is just remember to have fun, to have energy, like even if you don't always feel it, just be energetic and positive on your stories and your posts. And remember that your journey still has to come first. Our job is our journey. Our job is doing the nutrition, making sure that we're doing our workout, and then also being smart about sharing that and sharing that along in our life, and think creatively how you can make things fun. And so that is still the bottom line. And that's something that maybe we can do with our check-ins. Like, okay, did you get your workout in? Did you drink your shake? Because if we're not doing those things, then like it's going to be harder to be excited to talk about it. And that should make sense. But yeah, I just wanted to cover that. So if there's any questions, okay, there's a couple books. Those are good ideas. I like those. I'm glad everyone has a book. That's great. So if you have any questions, you can unmute yourself. If not, we will just end this. And I would actually like to take a picture. Last week I had nobody come. It was really sad. So this is kind of fun. All right, everyone can smile. If you guys are like able to turn your video on, you can, but don't feel like you have to. I'll wait 1 second in case you can. They might not be able to. There's Cindy. I know she has like really bad reception, right? Oh yeah.
I do.
Oh, there's Colette. Yay. Okay. You can smile. All right. Are there any questions? Does that make sense? Are you stressed out? Are you excited? Oh, and I just put this in our team page. Donna might already, you might already have seen Jessica's. So the whole month of October, all challenge packs are $20 off. That's a big deal. And so that'll make 645 will still be 160 because it was 180. And honestly, I'll still probably be mostly pushing that one because I'm doing 645 and I love it. But if someone's like really needing to save money, they can get the Let's Get Up pack or the basic, like the basic regular Beachbody challenge pack. I can't think what it's even called right now, but it's usually 160. That would make it 140, which is the cheapest that will ever be. So you can tell people that if they're hesitant about money, be like, look, this sale will end at the end of the month and that's cheap as it's going to be. So really push that. And I literally already went on my story and announced it because honestly, I need one more person to get in Success Club in my husband's account. And I'm like kind of hoping someone will sign up. But share that. Like, don't feel bad to put that plug on your stories or maybe once in a while on your post. I also tagged you guys. Well, I'll make another team call when to tag Sybil, but I tagged our team cup in a story. Also feel free to put that on your story. Like, I am just talking about coaching. So, okay, I need to stop talking. I'm so happy that people are here. I'm excited for Team Cup. I don't know. I just like feel like it's going to be a really good month. So if there's no other questions, I will talk to you guys later. And I think everything's good. All right. Have a great night.